we will get started. So I have a PowerPoint. I'm going to share my screen with all of you. So everyone see it all right? Good. All right, cool. So let's see. I'm going to put this, go to the bottom. Okay, that didn't work. So our topic tonight is inviting. So first, as usual, just wanted to make a quick announcement that we do have our next challenge group starting on August 15th. So make sure you're inviting to that. It's going to be Finish Summer Fit, just some last minute vacation, travel tips, restaurant guides, things like that. Really getting people set up for fall, because once fall starts, things seem to pick up again for a lot of people. So make sure you're inviting to this, and also make sure you are completing your business activity tracker. I actually did my power hour before this call tonight. And I'm also taking notes. I'm not just doing check boxes on my tracker. I am physically writing down names of the people that I am talking to, whether it's forming that relationship, adding them as a friend on Facebook, or inviting them. I'm writing it down for accountability for me and a way to go back and look at what I've been doing, how I can improve. Maybe I need to do some follow-ups. I'm also writing down the personal development that I'm doing, my workout for the day, and if I had my Shakeology, holding myself accountable for all of these things so that I can be a good coach, I can run an effective challenge group, and I can move myself forward in this business. So make sure you guys are doing those trackers. All right, so let's talk about inviting. I want you guys to go down here. All right. No? Okay, so inviting. Let's look at this topic. So for vital behaviors, there's product of the product, recognizing for success, and personal development. And then there's inviting. So with all of these, it is so important that these are done consistently every single day. Pairing that with communication and inviting is what's going to make you successful with this. So these all are intertwined. If you're being a product of the product, but you're not inviting anyone to the opportunity to do this with you and for you to help them, that's not going to move you forward as a coach. If you are inviting, but you're not doing your personal development, those days when you do have people who maybe are a little snooty with your invites or ignore you, or things don't work out the way that you want them to, those are the days you need that personal development to keep your mind strong through this inviting process. So make sure you are doing all four, not just one day, not just one another day. Make sure every day you're being consistent with all of these, pairing that with the communication of inviting, and that's what is going to get you to where you want to be with your goals this month and every month as a coach. So what is inviting? Inviting is presenting a way to help someone through a challenge group, just offering them support, to the coaching opportunity. You are presenting an opportunity to help someone. Think about this. Be the reason that someone is smiling today. I'm looking back at my past challengers. If I would have never invited them to a challenge group, would they be where they are today? I look at some of them who have been with me since February. They're totally different people now. If I would have never presented them with that opportunity, literally just sending them a Facebook message and saying, hey, I have this health and fitness group coming up. Do you think you'd be interested? That's literally all I said to some of them, because I was a new coach. I didn't have a technique really yet. I literally just would reach out to people and say, I have this group. Do you think you might want to join? This is kind of what it is. Now I look at them today and see how much progress they've made. If I would have never presented them with that, where would they be? So we need to start thinking about inviting as something positive that we're putting out there. We're giving them an opportunity to change their life for the better. Maybe it's not something they need right now, but it could be. You never know unless you ask. So let's think a little bit about inviting. Why is inviting so scary? Are you scared of rejection? That someone might say no to you? What if, it fails and it doesn't work out, but they end up, wanting your support or joining your challenge group? Are you nervous that you're going to annoy someone with, just literally messaging them and presenting this opportunity? We need to nip this in the bud now. Inviting should not be scary. As much as a lot of us don't like reaching out to people that we might not know very well, it's not scary. We are presenting people with a life-changing opportunity. We're offering them the chance to better themselves in some way, whether it's helping them with their nutrition, getting them into a fitness program. We are presenting them with an opportunity for positive change, no matter what their goals might be. So really think deeply about why you are so nervous about inviting. Is it your confidence? Is that what it is? There are some great personal development books out there on confidence that I'm going to post in the group. And maybe that could be a personal development topic that you could really dive into, increasing your confidence. Are you being a product of the product? I've noticed when I step off of my fitness nutrition plan, I have a heck of a lot harder time inviting people to the opportunity because I kind of feel like I'm being fake. Am I showing up every day? Maybe not. Maybe I'm not eating the best. Maybe I'm not working out every day. So why should I feel good about inviting someone? But when I am living it out, when I'm being a product of the product, when I am reaping the benefits of being on a consistent fitness and nutrition plan, drinking my Shakeology every day, I am way more prone to reach out to people and say, do you want to join me on this? Because I am feeling fantastic and I'm seeing what other people are feeling from it too. I think it could really benefit you as well. So, also, do you believe in the company? Do you think that these products work? Really think about that. I remember before, I actually started Shakeology, I was just doing 21 Day Fix by itself. I wasn't really, believing in that product until I was doing it. So think about that. Do you believe in the company? Which you all should, because I see the amazing benefits that all of our products do for you guys. So maybe think about that too. Are you nervous that someone's going to ask you a question that you might not know the answer to? That was something I was so afraid of when I would invite people as a new coach. So to help that, in the group, I'm going to be posting some videos on some of the biggest, misconceptions about Beachbody, about our products, about the company. I'm going to put that right in our group so that when people come at you and maybe ask a question that you're not sure of, or that's a common, misconception, you'll have some background to go off of. Like, say you're inviting to the coaching opportunity, and someone says, I don't want to be a part of a pyramid scheme. Well, I'm going to post a video in our group about what a pyramid scheme is that's about 1 minute long, so you guys can come back and say exactly why it's not a pyramid scheme. Or, that it maybe costs too much for Shakeology. There's something that I can post in the group to help you through that. So we're also going to be talking about handling objections too. So stats on inviting. We all have that fear of someone saying no to us. Well, what if you never invite? Of course, no one's ever going to say yes. No one's ever going to join your challenge group. No one's ever going to join your coaching team. If you don't ask, how are you ever going to know if someone does need you right now? Someone could literally be sitting there looking at your page all the time and thinking, gosh, I wish that I was doing that too. I could probably use that. But they're too nervous to reach out to you. If you don't ask, if you could help them in some way, there's no opportunity for someone to say, yes, I really could benefit from this. If you never ask, the answer is always going to be no. So that's why you need to ask. That's why you need to present the opportunity. You're so afraid of failure sometimes that you forget to think about, what if I succeed at this? What if someone does say yes? What if I can change their life for the better? You have to invite 10 people to get one yes. That's the typical statistic. Does that always happen? Nope. But, more often than not, you do need to invite a decent bit of people to get one yes. So that's why inviting 3 to 5 people every day and aiming to get 3 to 5 challengers in your group, that's how it equals out. So you need to be consistent with your invites to make sure that you are getting yeses from people. So how to invite? There are a few different ways that you can do it. You can create an event. You can do a public post like this one over here, the 21-day summer slim down, or personal message. Personally, I think personal message is the best. That's how you are getting to know someone. It's what I've seen the most success from. I'm going to tell you from my, events and my public posts, I don't know how many I've gotten. Maybe like 3. Not very many. People just don't respond well to my public posts. I still need to do them because what if someone out there does respond to it one day? It's important to do. And it's showing the other people that are in your group, they're getting excited for it as well and seeing what is going to happen in that group that they're a part of now. But personal messages, I think, are the best, whether that is Facebook message, email, text message, phone call. There are so many ways that you can reach out to someone in person. But that is one of the best ways, I believe, to invite someone to a group. So, what is the most important part of the invite process? Have you guys ever heard of forming? I've talked about it before. So, I actually just learned this, and it's pretty sad. Forming actually stands for something. I literally thought it just meant like forming a relationship, getting to know someone, making that connection. Well, it actually means something. It's an acronym. So, how to lead into an invite and what to talk about. So, say you message someone totally non-Beachbody related, because that's what you want to do. You want to make a connection first. You want to build a relationship. So you message a friend from not so long ago, and you maybe ask about their, family or their loved ones. How is your daughter doing? I saw that she started preschool. Then maybe you ask about their job. I saw you started a new job. How's that going? Or maybe you work with this person and you talk about them. Oh, someone unmuted. There we go. Okay. So let's share again. Anyways, so next, recreation. What do they do for fun? Talk about something that they might like to do. Through this conversation, you might see some flags pop up. Say maybe they're busy, maybe they're tired from their daughter starting preschool, or maybe they do enjoy hiking, but their nutrition could use some help. Maybe they're struggling with something. Maybe even it's money, and you could present the coaching opportunity. They might have a need that you can help with. So that's when you deliver the message. Like, hey, I saw that, you seem to be having a hard time with work. You said it's kind of stressful. Something that helps me when I'm stressed is, really sticking to fitness and nutrition. I have this group coming up. Do you think you'd like to hear more about it? I think it could help you with your work stress. So going through that process and really taking the time to build these connections and learn about people so that you can invite them with a reason, that's what is going to, get more yeses and get more people involved, because you're taking the time to form those relationships with them. So a few things that you could use to phrase your invitations. So I was watching some videos earlier just to kind of help you guys out and get you some great information on inviting. One thing that I saw some of the top coaches use is they have these conversations with people just like we talked about, and then they just threw it in. Like, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you, would you like to join my next challenge group? Maybe you are in the middle of talking about dinner plans and you throw it in there. Just squeeze it in. Make it something that is so blasé that they're like, hey, maybe I could. The more you overthink things sometimes, the more awkward it becomes. So if you kind of just slide it in, it's easier for everyone. What about this next one? It's if I would you. So maybe you're talking and you went through the form process and you got to the part where you're delivering the message. You said, if I showed you a video on 21 Day Fix, do you think you'd have the time to watch it by tomorrow? I really think it could help you with your work stress because it does focus on nutrition and fitness. And it's something I've seen great success with. So if I sent it to you, would you watch it by tonight or tomorrow? And then we could talk more about it. Or maybe you're sending them a video on Shakeology because you think maybe that could help their migraines or their anxiety levels. Taking a, certain thing and then setting an end date on it. Like if I gave you this third-party tool, like a video or an opportunity call, and giving them a deadline like tonight, that leads into a follow-up and more conversation about inviting them into your challenge group and why it would be beneficial for them. So another method that works well is the feel, felt, found method. So say you're talking to someone and they're talking about how they're having a really hard time with school and they've been gaining weight or they're just stressed or they just haven't been taking care of themselves. Something you can bring up is the feel, felt, found method. So, I totally used to feel that way too when I was in school. It was just so stressful with my classes, and then I had student teaching on top of it. And I really started to feel down on myself. I felt like crap. I found, though, when I incorporated, some fitness and regular exercise, and I started to watch what I was eating, that I felt better. Using the feel, felt, found method helps you to connect to them, and it shows them where you've been and why you've been able to be successful with this as well. Really connecting your story with theirs to make it more personal. Another phrase that you could use for inviting is, I don't know, but what I do know is. So sometimes people will bring up in the inviting process, I'm using this other shake or something. What do you think about it? You could say, I don't know much about that product, but what I do know is with Shakeology, my energy has increased, my immune system's up, and I have really great hair now. Something like that. You don't have to admit that you don't, or it's good to admit, It's good to admit that you don't know everything sometimes. Or maybe you do know that product really, really sucks and you don't want to hurt their feelings. You can talk about, though, what you have learned from your experience with the products. Really taking the time to connect with people through this process is what is key. Using phrases like this is going to help you. And we have so many scripts for inviting, too, that you can personalize to your own style. So here are some examples of inviting. These are ones that I've kind of used from Melanie in some of her trainings. And I've tailored them to be good for our group. So these are just some examples that you guys can check out. I'm going to post this PowerPoint into our group so you can go back and look at them. But the point is, you do have to invite. You do have to make a connection. You do have to put yourself out there 3 to 5 times a day. And if someone doesn't respond, it happens. People ignore me every single day. But what would I do? Like, how many lives would be unchanged if I just gave up after the first 3 people that ignored me? I also have people who I followed up probably 6 or 7 times, and then they join the challenge group. You never know when it might be someone's time to need help or when they're ready for it. You can only work with the willing, guys. So following up is so important because it might not have been their time before, but now it might be. Or they literally might just have missed your message. Or maybe they were busy when they read it, and giving them that little push, that little reminder will help them, get their butt in gear to commit to starting a fitness and nutrition program with you. So let's talk a little bit about why it is important to be a product of the product and share your journey. So these are some examples of past conversations I've had. One is from February, one's from March. Just kind of showing you guys that consistency with these things is important. So something you'll notice with each of these posts is after my invite, they made comments about how they've noticed what I've been doing through my social media. And I am so sure that that's probably why they ended up committing to challenge groups. These are challengers that one of them is one that we have had for so long in our groups. Another one is a girl who decided to eventually do her own thing, but they both did commit to starting and giving the challenge group a try. So it's so important to make sure that you are being a product of the product, drinking your Shakeology, being inspirational, motivational on your Facebook page, doing your workouts, sharing your story, because you never know who it is inspiring, who it's motivating, who it's helping, and they might literally be waiting for you to reach out to them. Here are some more examples of ways to invite. So literally just sliding it into the conversation. This is kind of like the by the way method. So for this one, we were kind of talking about her health and fitness, and I literally just slid it in. So she's saying that she was having a hard time with nutrition. Well, would you like some support? And then we talked about the challenge group. That's my invite right there. It doesn't have to be a big, long paragraph. We can talk through it together. Another one, this is inviting to the coaching opportunity. So he was talking about how he doesn't really love his job. Well, why don't you think about coaching? And he's super into starting that. So we might have a guy on our team soon. But see how I kind of just literally slid it into the conversation? Don't overthink it. Don't make it a big deal. If you're building these relationships with people and already having conversations with them, look for their need and invite them to an opportunity where you can help what they may be struggling with. So, what is next after the inviting process? Always remember first, even if it's a no, that does not mean no, it means not right now. So, for inviting, something I'm sure you've realized from this conversation, it's all about them. We don't want to word vomit on them. We want to learn more about them. They should be in control of the conversation. You should be slipping in with your feedback about how you can help, but make sure you're taking the time to learn about them. Things that I always ask right after I give an invite and they say, sure, I'd love some more information. First, I ask them, well, what has and hasn't worked for you in the past? What kinds of fitness did you enjoy? Or have you been struggling with nutrition more than fitness? And then what are some of your goals? Because after that, I can match them to a program and explain why it would be beneficial for them and why a challenge group is going to help them be successful with their program. Next, following up. Whether they blatantly ignored you, you haven't heard from them in 3 days, always follow up. Even if they have committed, you still follow up. You constantly want to be following up with everyone that you are coming in contact with, because following up is a way to make sure they know you are invested in helping them make a change. Next, if someone says they aren't interested right now, does that mean that we just totally blow them off for forever? Say you're having a great conversation about their work or their daughter or, school, and then you invite them and then you never talk to them again. What's that going to show them? You don't want to just fall off the face of the planet because, guys, we are in the business of building relationships, helping people. So if they think, wow, I can see the only reason she reached out to me is for a sale, chances are 2 months down the road when you invite them again to a challenge group, they're not going to even respond probably because they're kind of probably going to be hurt that they felt like you were just trying to get money out of them. Was it Friday? I had someone that I was just talking to. I reached, we kept our conversation going. And I asked her how her health and fitness was going, even though she was doing a different program. And she said, you know what? I'm going to start this with you in your next challenge group. And she committed and she bought a challenge pack that day and she's very excited. I didn't just blow her off after having a conversation where she said she just wasn't interested at the moment. I kept that relationship going, not saying I have to talk to her every day in between then and the next time that maybe I bring an invite up, but keeping a good relationship with people that you think are going to make great challengers, that you see that you could help them, that is what is going to get them into your challenge group when they are ready. So, inviting. I want you guys to remember this. No matter what, above all, you could be that change that someone has been looking for. Be proud of what you are offering. You're giving someone the chance to change their life for the better. So stop thinking about inviting as annoying someone, as an opportunity for someone to reject you. Think about the dessert example that I posted in the group today. Does the waitress get upset if someone says no? No. She moves on to the next person who might want it, who might want that something special. You are offering something special to people. So remember that. Don't get down on yourself if people aren't interested right now, if they ignore you. You're offering something amazing to people by trying to help them become healthier and happier people. Remember, fear has two meanings. It can be either forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. So on the bad days where 10 people ignore you, the next day, I want you to go out and send 3 to 5 more invites, because that might be the day that 5 people say yes, that they need your help. You never know the impact that you can make if you don't try. You need to invite, you need to present the opportunity, and you need to rise above the struggle, because I know this is something that a lot of people do struggle with, but it's something that you are doing to make a positive impact in the world, to grow your business, to be successful as a coach in whatever goals you may have, whether it's income related or merely just to be that person in someone's life that's helping them. So now what? Now what do we do? We form every single day. We go through that forming process where we build relationships. You be a product of the product. Show them on your Facebook or on your social media or in your daily life. Show people why they should accept your invite. Show them what it's doing for you, how it's making your life better. So when you reach out to them, they believe that it works because they see it every day through you. You need to send 3 to 5 invites every day. And you need to be confident in your invites. You need to be confident in the products. You need to be confident in yourself. That's why personal development is so important. Make sure you're doing that every day for at least 10 minutes. Learn how to handle objections and know what the misconceptions are. I'll be posting about this in the group for you guys. Just make sure that you are really understanding how important of an impact you can have on the world and why inviting is so important. Think about what you can do if you decide to step up every day no matter what your fears are, and rise above and send out those invites so that you can change people's lives, okay? All right, you guys ready for that? Does anyone have any questions? Anything? I'm going to unmute you. Hey! We all good? Yeah?
I'm going to start with one a day.
Okay, so that's okay. Baby steps. But you know what you can do and what I saw you've been doing? You're forming. You're talking about it, right? How you're having conversations with people and building those relationships. That's what you're doing. You're forming. So when you slide that invite in, they're not going to be like, where did this come from? You know, you're building those relationships with people. So you're doing the right things. You're on the right path. And yeah, one a day, and next week, 2 a day, and next week, 3 a day. Keep going with baby steps. You can do it, right? I was in the same place once upon a time. I mean, I will share this story over and over again. I became a coach in November. I didn't send out one invite until January. And I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm just saying I've been there. I've been scared of it. But then I really needed to change my mindset about what I was doing, why inviting is important. Because if I wouldn't have invited so many of the people, I wouldn't have them in my life. I wouldn't have you guys in my life if I didn't invite people. That's sad. So when I think about things like that, it makes me more confident in my invites because I can see what a positive difference it makes in my life and, you know, your guys' life. That's what we need to start thinking about inviting as. It's a positive thing. So hope everyone enjoyed that. I'm going to be uploading more into the group to help you guys with it. Oh, proud of you, Nicole. Nicole said she's been sending 2 to 3 invites a day. Woo, that's awesome. Yeah. So that's great. Clap. But just let me know if you guys have any more questions about inviting, and I will, you know, keep pushing forward with this topic because we are going to be inviting champs by the end of this 30 days. Okay? All right? Okay, so reach out to me if you guys need anything, and we will keep going strong with our push group, all right? Don't forget your trackers. Even if it's not all, you know, what you want it to be, just try to track because starting a month from now, you're not going to want to do it. You want to track now, okay? All right. So talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining. Mwah.